So now we just have to finish creating our PowerPoint presentation. So a couple things that we're going to do in this video. We're going to insert header and footer. We're going to take a look at actually running the presentation. And we're going to take a look at adding some voiceover. So I'm going to go back to normal view. As I said earlier, normal view is typically what you would use for doing most of your formatting and editing. And I'm going to add some header footer. So I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to go up to Header Footer, and I'm going to add a date and time. Okay, so here it says update automatically, or I can have fixed. I'm going to leave it at update automatically so that every time I open the PowerPoint, the current date will show up. I want the slide number. And I'm going to add a footer. So in the footer, I'm going to call it Working with PowerPoint. And I'm going to say don't show on title slide, which is pretty typical. You know, whether you're working in PowerPoint or lots of times if you're working on papers, you typically don't show anything on the title. Okay, so one other thing I'm going to take a look at. This is making all these changes to the slide. If I want, I can also go into the notes and handouts and I can make updates there. So if I were passing out notes and handouts to an audience, I might want to do that there. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to make those changes on the slide. And I'm going to say apply to all. All right, so now we can see here's the date. Here's the name of my, here's the footer name that I put in my slide, and over here is the slide number. And depending on the template that you choose, this can really change. Sometimes you might find this information up the side of the slide, so it's not really like a footer at all. It's kind of more to the side or up above. It just depends on how that theme is set up. Okay, so that's inserting your header and footer. So kind of keep that in mind. Just while we're on the Insert tab, I just want to show you. I showed you how to insert using the different slide layouts and the buttons within the slide layouts, but you can also insert from the Insert tab. So pictures, online pictures, the smart art that we already took a look at, the chart, and then of course there are some extras if you want to add some extra stuff. You know, text boxes, if you want to do that, you can add those. Also, you can add shapes, so keep that in mind. All right, so our slideshow is it's coming close to an end. One thing that I haven't mentioned, but please keep in mind, if you are creating a slideshow and you have used information from other sources, at the very end of your slideshow, okay, I'm going to go to Home, and I'm going to add New Slide. And I'm going to choose the title and content layout. It's important that you add references. So I'm going to create a reference page. I'm not going to put anything on it, but I'm just kind of putting that out there that it's important to acknowledge your sources. And if someone watched your PowerPoint, they might want to kind of look into those references a little further. So make sure you add that, okay? All right, last thing, I'm going to run my slideshow. So I'm going to click on the slideshow. I can choose to run it from the beginning, or if I wanted to, I could start it in the middle. I could start it wherever I want. I'm going to click on from beginning, okay? And you can see as I move through, I can just click on the buttons here, or I can click anywhere and it will actually, like if I just click on the spacebar, that will also make my PowerPoint move. Okay, so that's working in my PowerPoint. The other thing that I want you to know is that you can record this, and from here you can do a voiceover. Okay, so that's important for you to know how to do. And I'm going to just click on record slideshow. I'm going to click on start from the beginning, okay? And I probably won't do much with that, but I can say slide and animation, narrations. I can go start recording. All right, so this is my PowerPoint with a voiceover. If you take a look in the upper left, you can see that it's recording. One is recording how long I'm spending on each slide. The other is how long the slideshow is in total. So I'm going to go to the next slide and we'll see how that changes now. So again, the timer on the left is recording how much time I'm spending in this one slide. And then the timer on the right is recording the total time. So that's important. If your instructors have specified, I want you to spend so much time per slide, or I want you to spend so much time in total, it's important that you kind of make note of that. And you don't want to go under by a lot, and you don't want to go over by a lot. They're both important that you kind of watch those timings. Okay, so I'm going to close the recording, pause it. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit escape. Okay, so I've come out of that. So that is how you do a voiceover. Very easy to do. And the fact that it tells you the time as you're going through makes it super easy to work with. Okay, so I think that is everything that you will need to know for now as far as working with PowerPoint. Of course, there are more advanced options within your PowerPoint, but should give you a really good place to start. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I really hope that this helps, and I hope it serves you well.